Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany. I am harvesting the soybeans. I think it's going okay. Haven't got a full combine off the field yet, and this is like my third time around, but we're almost full. But yeah, we're talking soybeans here, and this combine can hold 24,000 liters, give or take, somewhere in that general area. Been checking out a few things here, looking at some fields that I would potentially want to buy and move on to, trying to figure out the next steps, the next plans. Good to plan ahead, but also keep our options open as well. Just a few things I've done in between episodes. One, as you can see, I've been harvesting this field here. Two, I did some landscaping over by those production buildings that we put down last episode, so we don't have grass and weeds going everywhere, so that's set to go. I got a couple of mods installed. I talked about getting a bigger tractor and ones that they kind of use in Italy, and I did a little looking into it. And I think we're going to be getting ourselves a Challenger for a couple of reasons. One, they do use them in Italy. I saw it online. Trust everything you see online, right? Two, I've been asked a couple of times to use a Challenger because I don't use them rarely, if ever. But I downloaded a Challenger pack, so we'll be using that. And I do have a cotton harvester, and yeah, when you see it, most of the time it's one I would not want to use. It's going to cost $1 million. Yeah, I know. And speaking of $1 million, I borrowed another $1 million from the bank. They've been generous, so the loan is now up to $7 million. And let's be honest, by the time I get done with it, the loan will probably be close to 10. We're getting there. I think we started at 2, I moved up to 5, and now it's at 7. We're just gradually getting there. So yes, we're just about almost at a full combine, which is good. These soybeans will be going, of course, into the silo, and we'll sell them not until next June. But you know what? The money will be sitting there, and we might as well wait until the best time to sell them. I don't have any other use for soybean. I know there are production buildings out there that use soybean. We've done it before in the past. But mainly here what we're doing is production buildings that I haven't done. So that's the main focus. And we're getting to start to have a lot of production buildings. Maybe too many? I mean, I don't think it's too many, but maybe it is. We'll see how it goes on here. I just remember on hinterland, we didn't have that many production buildings either. And sometimes moving the productions around, what spawn there, it takes a while to clear them out and put them away. So yeah, I'm not too sure. And also, I'm not too sure if I want to get a storage shed for pallets like we did on hinterland. If I do, I am only going to want to store 250 pallets, because if I get over 250, yeah, the game didn't quite like it too much. You know what? We're at the top of the hill, so let's go ahead and I'm going to turn off the header. Gotta leave the combine running. Let's go back to the farm, and we got to grab the Landini. I was like, boy, that's a weird camera angle. It's just because we're so close to the wall. Let's grab our trailer. And I'm glad to see this trailer here. Just recently, the trailer on American Falls had an update. So I updated that trailer pack, and my trailer disappeared. And I checked today, and this trailer pack had an update. I updated it, but the trailer's still here. So we're good. We are good. So we're going to be moving on, once we get done harvesting this field here in the month of October. We're going to be moving on to the month of November so we can get that grass cut. So we got to buy some mowers. We got to buy a forage wagon so we can pick up the grass and bring it over to the grass dryer. Nope, can't go out that way. Almost didn't see the fence there. Kind of forgot we got to go around. And also, just look around for other things that we need to do. We got to fertilize the canola field that we planted last episode. So that crop will have grown. That will need to be taken care of. Plenty of work to do here. Yeah, so buying more fields, we will be doing that. I have a couple of fields in mind. And one is going to be like down that way, but it's already got barley into it. So I'm not sure if I want to keep the barley, or I need a field for potatoes. Now, that field over there will be potatoes in the future. Currently, it's wheat. We are going to need some straw. And boy, the hills of Tuscany are challenging my tractors a little bit. we're going to need some straw, so we're going to leave that there. That field is like the best it's going to be. I think the only thing it didn't get done, maybe it didn't get mulched, because I think it's at 98% out of 100 for yield potential, so it's looking pretty good. We'll find another place to put potatoes. Don't worry about that. All right, let's get these soybeans into here. Yeah, so between the hills and everything, we needed a bigger tractor, as we saw last episode. The T8 just doesn't have enough horsepower to drag the drill around on hills, and, well, we got some pretty steep hills here, so I thought about getting, you know, that's like at 438. I think the drill that is a modded drill that plants just about all the base game crops, along with a couple extra modded ones. It requires 380. The T8 is a 438 horse, 435. So I thought, well, let's go with 500 horse. And when I got the Challenger pack, and I was like, you know what? Let's just go up. I think we'll probably boost up to almost 600. Maybe too big of a tractor for Italy, but as I was looking to see if Challengers were used in Italy, the tractors I saw for sale in Italy are big tractors. So I'm not saying that there's not big tractors in Italy or whatever, but I just didn't know. I never looked at Italian farming to figure out if they had the huge tractors or not. Well, let's not miss any soybeans. So, yeah, getting back to the money situation, I can see myself loaning up to 10 million. The situation being the harvester we're going to be using, that's going to be $1 million. Normally, like I said, would I want to get that harvester? No. Since this series really isn't about the money, although it always is, because you need the money to buy things. And I always like to, if you watch all my Let's Plays, I always like anything that we buy or start with, we got to pay it back. And so we're always going to pay back the money here. So, you know, even though we're going to be borrowing 10 million, it's not about the money. One of the goals will be to pay back the 10 million, if we get up to 10 million. The BGA, that's going to be $1 million. Now, we do have this small BGA here, so we're going to just keep on using that. I got to go back on the test map. I think the big BGA, I think that takes the pumice from the grape factory. So leftover grape stuff, we can bring that on down to that BGA. And I think there's a couple of other things I can bring down to that BGA as well that I can't do up here. And of course, this is a small BGA, so it's not going to go through the material as quick as the $1 million plant will. At least I hope so. And of course, along with buying all the other things, I'm not too worried about the vegetable stuff that we got to buy next spring. That stuff I would consider on the cheap side compared to what we've been buying here. Also next spring, we got to take care of the grapes. We got to get rid of the old grapevines, except for one small vineyard of white grapes, so we can keep on doing that. But all the other grapes, we're taking out the red grapes, the modded red grapes, and putting in the in-game grapes. That way we can use horseplay and use a lot of workers, because the reason why I don't do grapes, well, there's two reasons. One, the work I don't enjoy that much, but I wanted to get away on this series and try to do, you know, something different that we haven't done, and I haven't done grapes in like a couple of years. The second thing I don't like about doing grapes, for the amount of work that you put into them, the money just doesn't really come in as well as other crops do. So, but anyways, this series is kind of about doing things that I would say normally most won't do. I mean, maybe a lot of people are doing the veggies if you have the premium expansion, but most people are not going to do that much sugar beet or that much potatoes. But with the Mark IV root crop harvester mod that we've been using, you can see you can get the work done pretty darn quick. That reminds me, I got to trade in the sugar beet header. I don't know if I left that down there or is that back at the farm, because that one is harvesting at 24 miles an hour. And we did that, and it was like, at first it was like, oh, it's kind of cool, but then it was just too quick for my liking. I did like harvesting the carrots and the red beet at the 12 mile an hour. That seemed just right for us. And also with the root crop harvester being able to hold, we said that we got the harvester to hold 250,000 liters of material, and that is great because we can just bring the harvester right to the production buildings, and we're good to go. We don't have to use a trailer or anything. Just be a little bit easier. Besides, the trailer wouldn't be able to hold that much. Well, I could get a modded trailer that holds like 1 million liters, but then our truck, I don't think we'll be able to haul it. I have to get a truck with a lot of horsepower to move that stuff around. But today should be the day. I don't know if we're going to get the sheep in this episode or not. Of course, we got to cut the grass and bring it on down to the grass strier. Although, I think, if I remember correctly, that grass strier that I'm using is made by Zodlza, and his mods usually are pretty darn quick. The same mod author that brought us the sawmill on Oceanside Forest. So that may convert the grass over to hay pretty quickly. So we may get ourselves some sheep right away. And we're not going to need a whole lot of it because that sheep pen only holds, I do believe, 60 sheep. So we'll probably get ourselves 1 male and 5 females, all adults, so they can start reproducing. I mean, for as cheap as the animals are, I could just go ahead and buy them since we're spending all the money. But part of me kind of likes to see, you know, the reproduction stage of it happening. Well, not the actual action. Never mind. You know what I'm talking about. You know, let them reproduce and save us a little bit of cash that way. And by the time they do reproduce, we'll have plenty of hay. And once I can figure out, do we have enough grass converted over to hay for the sheep, then we'll look into maybe getting ourselves some cows. Now, of course, cows, we will probably just feed them hay to begin with. But we do plan on making some TMR for them as well in our factory. All right, we can turn that header off. Let's go ahead and grab our Lamborghini. And also, as we pass some time, I also got to see if the honey is going to spawn down by the potato chip factory. That's where the spawn point is. I don't know. It doesn't say the spawn point has to be so close to the beehives. And I don't know if I placed it too far or not. So I think this field needs lime, right? Yeah, it does not need to be plowed. Just needs some lime. So I think the lime spreader is back at the farmyard. Now, the mowers I want to use, I don't think the Lamborghini can handle it. It's going to be kind of close. Actually, not that kind of close. I'm actually got it backwards. The mowers, the rear mower alone, I think needs like 200 horsepower, and the front one requires like another 100. So in theory, that's 300 horsepower overall. This is a 250. Even the forage wagon requires, that we're going to buy, 250. And the Lamborghini is actually a 248 horsepower tractor. And since we're going to be going up some hills and such, I don't know if we're going to be able to manage it, but we'll find out. If it doesn't, we got the T8 sitting around here. So this silo here, I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but this silo will hold the base game crops. It will not hold any root crops or the veggies, none of that stuff. If we need to store that kind of material, I can put down one of the Omatana silos. I do believe her silos will... Oh, I keep forgetting with this trailer, I got to open the back door. That will help get the crop go out. I believe her silos will hold just about anything. It'll be the same one I'm using on American Falls, actually. They'll probably use, that'll fit around here. You know what? Her wooden one might work around here if I need it. Silos. Do I even have that installed? Tiny house farm building pack. That holds 10 million liters. I mean, it kind of matches a little bit around here. But we'll worry about that at a different time. Let's go ahead and close that door. And we can turn that off. I think we're pretty much all good for our fields. I think we're going to be considering ourselves done for the day here. Is this done being inspected? Yes, it is. Let me go ahead and... Actually, you know what? We're going to bring this on down to our root crop harvesting sheds. And then by coming down here, I'll also be able to see... Oh yeah, I do see the sugar beet header right there. And actually, now I just remembered, yeah, these sheds are not big enough. So we will go ahead and park this back up in the big shed that we put down where the... no, I was going to say sheep pen was. The pig pen was up here. We'll park it kind of in the middle. And the reason why I say well, it's actually right in the middle. I'm trying to leave myself some room for when I bring the harvester and the header up. I kind of got to loop around here because I can't back up that header because I'm terrible at it. This still weighs only 250. So we're going ahead and just put that there. Really don't need to repair anything. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave all the material and equipment where it is. Just having a double thought there for a moment, just to make sure that we are done for the day. I mean, I do believe we are. And I want to move on to the month of November. I want to get the grass going. And we'll check on, of course, the productions and the beehives. Sleep till late. Someone did mention, I think in the last episode, I should just go ahead and lease things once in a while. It'd be fine. If I'm only going to use it like once or twice, then I would lease it. But since I just want to buy everything and have it on the farm, and we're going to buy it new, we're not going to look at used stuff. We're just going to do it that way. I don't mind leasing. Done it before, as we know. So the grass field looks ready. There is rain on the way. That's never good. Well, I mean, it's good for the crops, but rain at 9. It's going to rain all the way until 12. With grass, I don't think it matters. But before we get to cutting the grass, let's jump on down to here. No, it's the fermenting silo. Oh, I do believe we got the honey down here. Wait, do I got this much honey already? Alright, so that needs to be brought over to the candy shop. Okay, maybe I got more beehives than I need. Well, we'll leave them there because, one, they're going to help us grow the sunflower seeds next year. Well, not grow. They'll up the production and yield of canola, sunflower, and taters. And there is our wheat field that we did not plant. That's already growing. Well, let's come over here to our production buildings just to see what's going on. So we should have some soup out here. We do. Perfect. And of course, we gotta have some canned goods, carrots. Oh, we got candy. We do have candy. Not really sure. So that's a strawberry candy. Then we just got candy cane, strawberry candy, traditional candy, candy cane, and of course we got sugar candy. What we will get once we bring the honey over, what's going on here? You are out of seeds already for strawberries. Okay, that's not a problem. These buildings should be deactivated. Looks like all the grape stuff is done. We'll turn that off. How are we doing on sugar? All right, so I mean, of course, we're still making sugar. There's the honey sugar. And we got a little bit of sugar over here, which is good. Yeah, so we just got to bring some honey over and we can make some honey candy. That reminds me, I should be buying actually a telehandler. I don't want to keep using the autoloader for the truck to bring over like a few pallets. We can do that with a telehandler. And yeah, so let's go ahead and buy some stuff. We'll get the grass field cut. We got an hour before the rain gets here, give or take. So it's not going to be too bad. That grass field is kind of small. Where am I going? Mowers. So a mower set that I haven't used, at least I don't think I have, is this set right here. The Kong's Glide? Yeah, money doesn't matter here, but in some sense it does. So we got to add on the collectors because we want to put it into a swath. So the rear mower is 164.5. And okay, so the rear mower alone is 250. So that's pushing the limits of the Landini in itself. So probably going to have to use a T8 for this. And then, of course, we need a front mower. No additional things for that. So we got that. That's all good. While we're here, forage wagons. And the one I want to use is actually, I think I was looking at it on American Falls. And I thought to myself, that'd be good to use on Hills of Tuscany. The hay and forage pack. This also requires 250 horsepower. It will hold 47,000 liters. We need the pickup, so we can pick the grass up or whatever we were picking up off the ground. Billboard means the billboard on the back. The cover, yeah, let's go ahead and get a cover for it. And silage additive tank, yeah, you know we want that. So there we go. Let's go ahead and buy that. Perfect. All right, so now we got our grass stuff taken care of. Let's grab the T8, which is actually going to be hiding in the bushes over here somewhere. I think I left it over here on the plow, right? Where are you? Where am I? There's the truck. There's the plow. Where's my T8? Isn't it? Oh, yeah, it's right over here. Actually, it's got the drill on it. We are done drilling for the season? Let me just double check on this. I don't think there's anything I can plant. Well, I can do wheat and barley. I could plant oats, but I don't want any of that stuff. Grass, no. Alfalfa, no. Yeah, we're all set. So let's bring the drill back to the farm and head on down to the store. We'll get the mowers and we'll have to cut the grass. I was going to fast forward time for the sun to come up and get a little bit brighter, but since the rain's coming at 9, that doesn't leave me much of an option here. So let's bring this back up to the shop or the sheds. I'm going to need to get myself a pressure washer because our stuff is getting dirty. A wash station would be kind of nice. Snuck through there nicely. Ooh, I do like, I think this is the first time I've been on the map when it's kind of dark. I do like all the lights that we got here. It brightens up the farmyard pretty darn good. Wait, where am I going? Over here. I think I would get used to the farmyard, but no, I'm not used to it yet. I turn this way, and now swinging around this way. Oh yeah, gotta drop off the weight as well. We don't need the weight, because we gotta use it for the front mower. Now the drill probably should go down in the bigger shed as well, but really it doesn't stick out too far. Okay, yeah, it actually does stick out kind of far. Let's drop that down. And the weight, I'm going to put over here. Alright, I'm going to go down to the store. I'm going to grab the mowers. I'll see you back up here at the grass field. With the mowers that we got, it's not going to take too long. Why buy the big mowers that I just did? 2 reasons, like I said. One, I don't remember using them yet in FS22. I may have, but if I did, it was for like one job. And 2, we're probably going to have to expand the grass fields in the future because we're going to have a decent amount of sheep and cows. Maybe just another field like we currently have. Who knows? But yeah, I'll see you back at the farmyard in just a moment. But I will say, early November in the hills of Tuscany, early morning, looks pretty darn decent around here. Pleasing to the eye. Should get into the farm no problem from this way, I believe. And then the first thing he does is run into the gate. Actually, that's the fence. That's not the gate itself. Let's get in through here. And then left. Go on through. I actually could cut up that way, but we're going to come in from over here. Alright, let's switch to that. Alright, make sure we put this on not wide spreading. We want that on swath dropping. I don't even know what the working speed of this thing is. I Actually, let me put on some working lights. Is that going to help me that much? Actually, not too bad. Yeah, the Lamborghini would not be able to do this. And actually, we can see I'm losing some speed even in the New Holland doing this. Getting rid of some shrubs there. I don't think the shrubs will regrow. So I'm going to put a little bit into the silo to make some silage, so I can bring that over to make some TMR. I guess all depends on how much we actually pick up. I don't know what to expect for a yield. Like I said, these mowers are not going to take too long to get this grass field taken care of. It's oversized for what we're going to be doing here on the hills of Tuscany, but one, cutting grass, I'm going to be doing it 3 times a year. So it's not like I just got to do it once and we're done. So we're going to be doing it quite often. So I kind of want to get the job done quickly. And actually, this mower set is actually wider than the Krone Big M, I do believe. Is it? I'm trying to think if it is or isn't. I'm trying to remember if it is or isn't. Maybe I'll have a look here in just a second. If it's not bigger, it's awfully close to the same size, and it's going to be a lot cheaper. So that was actually pretty good news that the honey will spawn down by the inside the potato factory, right next to it. So I'm guessing you can put that anywhere on the map, and the bees anywhere, and the honey's just going to spawn there. So we got to buy ourselves a telehandler to move that stuff around. And also I'll probably have to move other products once in a while, so the production buildings keep on running, like the premium edition factories for canned soup, canned veggies, and then the soup factory. I don't know how much can actually be held in there, because we did put a lot of veggies in there, so I'll probably have to move those pallets so it can keep on producing. And I'm probably going to have to check our stock market page a few times so I can get used to when things need to be sold, because I never sold candy before, and I really haven't done the veggies before, so I don't know when the best time is to sell them. So it'd be good to keep tabs on that kind of stuff, because bringing in the money would be kind of fun to do here at some point. We haven't sold anything yet, right? I don't think we really have sold anything. Someday we will. We're just printing money like the U.S. government and not doing anything with it. Just making us ourselves more in debt currently. Yeah, I thought borrowing up to $7 million. I'm like, yeah, okay, that'll be good for a while. And I don't want to sit. We're at $850,000 now. All right, that is the grass field taken care of. Like I said, not going to take us too long to do that. Missed a few little bits here and there, but that's okay. The mowers, let's go ahead and put the mowers, we'll put the mowers down here, I think. Well, that turns quickly. That turns quickly. And I'm wondering if I can squeeze this one in right next to it. Yeah, I couldn't turn that fast enough. Should give myself more room. All right, if I go in straight, then it'll fit in there nicely. I do believe. Perfect. And actually, I'm going to leave the T8 right there. Let me jump back into the Lamborghini. And I'm going to try to use a forage wagon with that. We'll leave the trailer right there. So I want to make another trip on down to the store. Actually, you know what? Because I want to buy one anyways. I don't think it's going to. I'm going to get myself a telehandler. Do I want a wheel loader or a telehandler? I'm trying to think if I would use a wheel loader for anything. How much are wheel loaders? 114. And a good telehandler. We'll go with the beefier ones. 109. So telehandlers would be a little bit cheaper. Wheel setup. Alright, we can't do anything else with the wheels. You know what? We'll go with Nokians. We're not going to be going in the fields at all with it. So we'll get Nokians. A little bit more of a road tire. Yep, let's just go ahead and buy that. And then telehandler tools. And pallet forks. Now I'm guessing... I'm guessing it's not going to work, but I was kind of hoping that may hitch on up to the forage wagon. I can bring it back together. Yeah, that's like a pin hitch, and that's a ball hitch. So that's not going to attach to it, but we'll just back up to it anyways. Of course not. Alright, I'm going to bring this back. I'll get this over to the potato factory. And I'm going to bring the Lamborghini on down. I'll bring the forage wagon back. And we got to get that grass in there. Then we'll move the honey pallets over to the candy shop. Put that into there. And then we'll grab our small New Holland tractor. And we got to go quickly fertilize our canola field. Got myself an accessory for the Lamborghini. It's a silage additive pallet that attaches to the roof. Not really. Just bring it back to the farm so it's not always down at the store. Probably got through in the back inside the forage wagon itself. But then I probably would have had a little difficulty getting it on out. I think I'll just throw this over by the chickens. Which we're not going to have on this farm. Oh, no, I just want the... Yep, there we go. We'll put this right over here, I guess. Hopefully that's close enough. Yes, it is. So silage additive should add about 5% to the yield that we're going to get off the ground. All right, Lamborghini, how are you going to like pulling this uphill? Forage wagon says 250 horse, you're 248. Now, of course, right now the trailer is mostly empty. And once I get on the steep hills at 20%, yeah, it doesn't like it too much. Yeah, so I get back down around to the bottom. I think we'll swap out and put the New Holland T8 on here. But the good news is we are getting a good amount of grass. And when we moved here to the hills of Tuscany, this was a... what was in this field? Sorghum? I want to say sorghum. Well, whatever it is, it's in the silo. All right, this would be a good place to just go ahead and turn this... Whoop, turn that off. Detach from that. And we'll go put the Lamborghini away for now. Yeah, the sun is peeking through here. Actually, there's not many clouds at all in the sky, so... But the forecast says in about a half an hour or so, the rain will be here. Yeah, so at this point, what I'm going to recommend is if you're going to come play on the map like this, with a lot of hills, anything that says it needs so much horsepower, you may want to add maybe 33% to that that you're going to need. Alright, so almost 200 horsepower over the requirement. I think 10 miles an hour is the working speed for this. Yeah, even the New Holland's like, yeah, I don't like the hill either. Yeah, I'm liking the amount of grass we can get out this field. I was kind of hoping to get like maybe 60,000. Well, we're going to get that, I do believe. And this is all going to go into the grass dryer, the first load. Don't need the beacons on. We're not really crossing any roads here. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out in the future, though. You know, I'm probably not going to be able to be doing it too much, but getting over to the productions from the farm, I guess I can just go around that part of the field. I guess for now I'm just going to cut right through. Alright, let's go into our production buildings while that's unloading. And wait, what are we out of up here? Oh, sugar. I was like, why is the candy factory not going? Let's go ahead and, yeah, this holds a lot of grass. 16,000 liters per cycle, 1,200 cycles per month. So this is going to just, we're going to have hay here in like 5 seconds, probably. So we'll probably get the sheep here very soon. And that silo right there is to make silage in. And for now, with nothing in that field, we'll just drive over it. think I left my combine going. I did. Almost for a full month. Because we harvested in October, and it's now November. Luckily, it doesn't really quite burn through the fuel like that. All right, zip on through here. Alright, I'll scooch up the rest of this grass here. I wonder if I'll get another full trailer. Well, just over 80,000 liters is what we're going to get off this field, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And if we do 3 cuts a year, well, that's 240,000 liters of grass that we can get every year off of it. If I keep up with it. Oh, I did miss a strip over here. I was supposed to get that on the way back down, but I went out the other way. All right, so we got more than 80. But I don't think not that much more. But in the early stages, as I always say, every liter counts. So we'll just say about 85. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out how much I want to put in to make silage with. Maybe I'll put half of it in. So about 20,000 liters. So I'll get 20,000 liters of silage. Let me just look at one thing, and that's going to be, if I can find it. Yeah, beet waste. So 80 in a sense. We'll get, that's like 3 times as much. So 20,000 liters of silage in cents can get us 60,000 liters of TMR, which I think is a good amount. Of course, we also need the byproduct from the sugar beet factory. So we'll stick 20,000 liters into here. A little bit more. There we go. Good enough. And then we'll put the rest of the grass in here to make some hay. Because to me, the sheep are more important than the cows. So, where is... Yeah, we're starting to get a lot of factories. Grass silage. Yes, that's what we want. Let's go ahead and activate that. That is on. And, yeah, we already got... It's already converted the hay on over. So let's go ahead and open this on up. I don't know if I can put hay back in here. That's something I need to kind of check on. Hay is not accepted here. Alright, so that's going to be kind of key for us. Alright, well, let's grab 2,000 liters for now. Let's go up to the sheep pen and get ourselves the sheep that we were talking about. Have no idea how much they're going to require. I do have the animal food overview on. And also I should have the animal calculator on. So it should tell us roughly how much 6 sheep that we're going to have will require for a season. Which I don't expect is going to be too much. But at least we'll have something right off. Yeah, so I can't put hay back into there, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. Now I just gotta find out where the trigger is here. Oh, I think I just saw animal dialogue. There we go. Let's see here. Does it really matter? We don't want goats. Do we want to get Welsh? I think so. I think we'll go with Welsh. Yeah, let's go ahead and get one of these guys. And... Whoops, not 47. 5 of these. So in 5 more months, we should have some offspring. Maybe 6. Okay, now if I go to here and go to animals... yearly food is 10,000. Okay, so they're going to go through quite a bit, actually. They can just take regular grass, but we're going to do hay. And, of course, they do need some water. Their feed trough is in there. So, probably going to want a smaller trailer to feed the animals with. Going to have to find a small trailer that can do hay and TMR. Is that their trigger or not their trigger? Thought that their trigger would be there somewhere. Oh, that's for water. Where's your... Ah, your food trough is actually in there. Okay, so how do we... I mean, I can see the door there. That gets a little tricky. Probably right into here would be better. And this is where the wool will spawn. Gotcha. Let's go ahead and close this so they don't get on out. Yep, we need a water tanker to get up here. Yeah, so a trailer like this is just a little bit too big for what we need to be doing. But for now, it'll be good. Can I sneak this in there? Oh, trigger sticks way that far out. That's good. Alright, so how much actually does that hold? So I could probably bring up 10,000 liters for sure. We can leave that door open, that's fine. Let's leave this here for now. Well, not here because... Oh yeah, I can leave it there. The water goes in over there. Interactive zone markers, I'll turn those back off. Alright, just running around the farm today, but we're getting things done. So the grass field's going to need fertilizer. 2 stages. I'm not going to roll it. Not my thing. So our New Holland 130-90. This is going to be our fertilizing machine. Alright, that doesn't look too ridiculous, honestly. I was kind of worried about it. Just going back to East Vineland where I used the very small John Deere. Yeah, and the fertilizer spreader looked like it was 3 times as big as the tractor. We do got a beacon on here. Widespread is on. Perfect. I keep thinking right here, this is our field, but that's not our field. So I was ready to say, boy, those crops grew rather quickly. Oh yeah, and I was going to turn on the mini-map to see where I fertilize, but yeah, we're not running precision farming, so we can't see that. So we're just going to have to eyeball it. Just want to get this done Now, I mean, technically, I could be coming in here without narrow tires on the tractor, but this tractor is already set up for narrow tires because that way it's just in case I miss a month to fertilize something, it's good to go. So it's always going to have the narrow tires on it to fertilize. I'll probably miss a field here and there because it's been a while since I've done a farm without precision farming. So I just got to remember I got to go back in the fields and fertilize them a second time. Kind of odd that with precision farming we can use the mini map to see the fertilization going down, but with the base stuff that we can't. Of course, I know the whole meaning behind precision farming. You're supposed to be using sensors on the tractor. That's why you probably can see where you're fertilized. Even though we don't really use the sensors because they're not really needed for it to work. Right, so I'm probably going to overlap here. So I'm so used to just using the mini map to see where I've been. So this canola here is going to be made into oil so we can make some potato chips. And I probably got to do a little strip through here. So I'm going to have to go into this map here. We are up here. And I need to go to here and take off rolling. Alright, so I got to do a little section there as well. I'm just going to leave it on widespread. That way I make sure I get it. I don't want to be too precise about it and miss a spot. Just to double check here. Yeah, we can't see where we fertilize at all. It's okay. We'll get the job done. I'm not sure quite where I missed here, but we'll get this corner. There, did I get it all now? There we go. That looks good. All right, I'm going to go park this into the grass field because that'll remind me to fertilize that field. Does that fence go all the way around the grass field? I think it does, actually. Oh, here comes the rain. Oh, it does go more than around just the grass field. It goes all the way down to the other entryway. All right, hopefully by leaving the tractor there, I'll remember next episode to get that field fertilized. But the last thing I want to do today in this episode is we're going to transport some honey over to the candy factory. And we'll start making some more candy. I mean, candy's being made. The one thing I am noticing, though, of course, is the sugar factory just not keeping up with the candy factory. But that's okay. And I grab two at the same time. And you know what? I'll come back and get the others set here in just a moment. I'm not sure if I want to put a fence up here or not. I think we got plenty of fences around currently, so we'll just leave it as is. Oh, I may pick up two pallets at the same time, but I don't think I'm going to get through the gate. Oh no, we got plenty of room to get to the gate. Where is the drop-off point for this factory? Is it here? Yep, right there. All right, let's go ahead and turn that on. And we'll just activate that. So we got honey, we got no sugar. So yeah, all the sugar. Probably the thing I should do, and maybe we'll do it next year if I get another sugar beet field to harvest, is I could do just sugar beet and also put in some cut sugar beet. Sugar cane, I don't know if I will get to that or not. Just seeing what we kind of need here. Is that a byproduct? So where would that go? Oh, I could use that to make TMR as well. Well, for now, we got what we got. Oh, yeah, is there anything I should be selling in November? Anything in the real green? So the preserved food, 825. The preserved food is looking really, really good right now. So we'll probably be selling that next episode. And next episode will still be in the month of March. Month of March. Just saw March there. Month of November. We got more work to do here. We're gonna have to keep. We're gonna have to, really take care of the sheep. We'll put some more hay in there for them. We gotta get a water tanker up here. I do have a water tanker down at the greenhouses, which we got to take care of as well. But yeah, that water tanker will stay there for what water tankers cost. We'll just bring one up here to help keep the sheep and the cows with water all the time. Hopefully I can figure out how the well works, because we do have a well up at the farmyard, and I could not get the well to work down at the greenhouses. Not sure why, but we'll give it another go. Up here, we got to fertilize the grass field, and it looks like we're going to be selling some of these products here and bringing in just at least a little bit of money for us. I mean, it's going to be minute, but it's going to help us out a little bit. Alright, so the honey is in. And the bees made a lot of honey. I don't think the bees make honey throughout winter, if I remember correctly. I think December, January, and February they did not for me on East Vineland. But we'll soon find out. I would like to park the telehandler in a shed. Oh, we do got a shed here. That's a good spot for the telehandler. Good, I don't have to put a whole shed down. It's almost like it was made for it. Perfect. If I can, squeeze my big butt through there. So most of the production buildings are actually up and running. We still got a few more to buy in the future, just not today. We're spending enough money as it is. And that $7 million loan, we have spent $6.3 million of it. But we are making some silage to make some TMR eventually. The hay, I'm pretty sure, I bet you the hay is done, so I might want to turn that off. Yep, the hay is done. Zottlezuck makes sure that the products get transferred and made quickly, so we can turn that off, deactivate that. Yeah, I'm going to hold off onto the cows until springtime, until we get some more grass, just to be sure about it. We don't need to be rushing into the cows. But the sheep, yes, we did want to rush into, because they're going to make us some wool. And of course, once we get some more good enough wool in there, the next year I hope to plant cotton somewhere. Yeah, we're going to need some more fields. The question is where. And, well, we'll figure that out. We got the whole winter to get that done. That field there needs to be limed as well. These fields here need to be plowed. Got a lot of work to do before winter gets here. And, yeah, we're actually getting a lot of work done this first fall. But I'm hoping that at the beginning of next season that the work, I don't want to say it will slow down, but will be more at not a rush pace. I've been feeling kind of rushed for some reason. But, we're getting work done. Maybe it's the, I want to get products made and see how this stuff goes. But we're getting there. But anyways, that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.